It's not just the notebook I'm after. I want to eliminate my competition and become number one. I don't care what it takes. I will beat Nia by any means necessary. Hello and welcome to Death Note 101, the series that breaks down everyone and everything in the Death Note world. And today we are going to be taking a look at the hot-headed detective of the Whammy's House orphanage, Mello. Mello, real name Michael Keel, is one of the two children from the orphanage Whammy's House who were chosen as successors to the legendary detective known as L. Mello sports combed yellow hair, dresses in clothing primarily made out of leather, and is often seen nomming on chocolate, which is a nod to L's habit of eating sweets of all kinds. At an unknown age, Mello was taken into Whammy's house where he would start studying hard and soon become known as the second smartest kid within the entire institution, with the only person trumping him being a younger child named Nia, who would become a rival in Mello's eyes. It's important to note that this was in Mello's eyes because Nia did not see things the same way. However, Mello worked harder than anyone on a quest to become the best, but due to Nia's natural intelligence, he would always emerge victorious. However, one day Mello and Nia were summoned to the office of Roger Riviere, the manager of Whammy's house, and they were told of L's passing, to which Mello reacted quite aggressively. He started shouting and demanding information about what had happened, which introduced the audience to the fact that even though he is one of the most intelligent characters in the entire series, Mello does have a tendency of letting emotions govern his actions, quite frequently leading to some violent outbursts. And when informed that L hadn't had the time to pick either one as his successor, Roger asked if Nia and Mello would be amenable to working together in order to catch L's murderer, Kira. However, Mello dismissed this notion instantly and claimed that Nia should be the one to take up the mantle of L, stating that he was the more reasonable and intelligent of the two. However, this was merely a vehicle to separate himself and take up the Kira case in his own way, not so much to catch the killer or even to avenge L, but out of sheer desire to prove that he could solve the case before Nia. Mello then left Whammy's house and moved to the United States, where he would dwell for 4 years, forming connections with the Mafia and proceeding to locate and dispose of multiple underground leaders that even Kira was incapable of killing. It would be these and future actions that really highlighted the stark contrast between L, Nia, and Mello, as due to his explosive nature, Mello was also not content with simply observing and analyzing a situation like Nia or L, but instead he insisted on engaging in constant action designed to bring him closer to his goals. And where the former two were willing to relentlessly pursue a case more or less within the bounds of the law, Mello was ready and willing to break every rule, be it legal or moral, in order to defeat Nia. And this is epitomized when Mello eventually managed to get his hands on a Death Note and proceeded to use it to kill members of the SPK, an organization led directly by Nia. Although what's worse is that he didn't perform this as any form of action to catch Kira, but rather in an effort to prevent his rival from doing so. With that said, Mello certainly isn't a completely cold-hearted killer, which was shown when he did feel sorry for Soichiro Yagami when he was fatally shot, and even later in the story when his friend Matt dies, which occurred as a direct result of Mello's actions. Speaking of, we don't really know much about the relationship between Mello and Matt, but it seems as if they were close friends during their childhood, as Matt was also raised in Whammy's house, and he is actually one of, if not the only person that Mello keeps close to him and actually values as a friend. However, Matt was not Mello's only acquaintance in this world, as even though Mello possessed a deep hatred towards his own perceived rival Nia, he did also have great respect for him and provided him with a lot of useful information, later proving extraordinarily vital in Kira's downfall. For example, he informed Nia about the concepts of the Shinigami, the Death Note, and the 2 fake rules that were written in one of the Death Notes, and these facts helped Nia immensely as he became certain that Kira was a member of the Japanese task force and set his sights on Light Yagami. As the series went on though, Mello's aggressive methods would generate several key setbacks, such as having been threatened at gunpoint, having his hideouts found and destroyed, as well as Mello having to self-destruct one while he was still inside. Because of this, he acquired a large scar on the left side of his face towards the end of the series, but even with this misfortune, he never lost his dedication and willingness to fight for his, admittedly primarily selfish goals. And in this effort, Mello would come to kidnap Kira spokeswoman Kiyomi Takada. However, whilst captive, Takada was able to kill Mello by writing his name on a piece of Death Note she had with her, before proceeding to get killed herself with another Death Note by Light. However, Mello's actions would prove vital in taking down Kira, as Takada's kidnapping led to one of Kira's followers accidentally revealing information to Nia, which eventually culminated in Kira's defeat. Although it is debatable whether Mello knew his actions were necessary in order for Kira to be caught, or if he was simply and purely working towards his own goals the entire time. In the end, Nia noted that Mello was one of the most integral elements in closing the Kira case, and that together, they had surpassed L. And following the death of Light Yagami, Nia officially became the next L, and is shown eating chocolate at the end of the series as a sign of respect towards Mello. Some more fun facts about Mello. Mellow's clothing was based entirely on the kind of fashion that the illustrator of Death Note, Takeshi Obata, enjoyed drawing the most. In a shocking potential turn of events, originally Mellow was supposed to be the one who would defeat Light. However, this plan eventually changed due to the idea that Mellow's knowledge concerning the Death Note would have made it far too easy for him, thus making the finale much less intense. While Mellow is absent from the Death Note live-action films, L does consume several chocolates as a note to the character. Mellow's death was only shown very briefly in both the anime and the manga, due to concerns that if it was presented in a more drastic manner, it could have potentially spoiled the meaning and significance of the demise. Mellow is, interestingly enough, the only one of the 3 detectives from Wami's house who investigated the Kira case and never met Light Yagami in person. And finally, a truly useless fact. Amongst the Death Note fanbase, there are rumors speculating that Madonna cosplayed Mellow for her music video Jump, although this has never been confirmed, thus making it a piece of exceptionally useless knowledge. And that pretty much does it for Mellow. If you enjoyed this video and the content this channel produces in general, then please do consider donating to the New World Review Patreon, because the support of all of you amazing people is what continues to make this channel possible. And if Patreon isn't quite your style, then please do leave this video a like, share, or subscribe, because it also helps support this channel an incredible amount. And if you'd like to join the fun at any time, then please do head over to my Discord server, where a wide array of shenaniganry takes place on a daily basis. And finally, please do comment with who, what, or where you'd like to see featured on the next Death Note 101.